Our group problem is on the increase of wildfires in the western United States, causing the destruction of homes, lives, and ecosystems. The top graph on the right shows the increase of land burned by wildfires from 1985 to 2018. Wildfires have become a very wicked problem, mainly due to years of forest mismanagement and the increasing problem of global warming. The second graph on the right shows the increase in the global average temperature from 1970 to 2020. Higher temperatures make it easier for wildfires to start, and the increase in wildfires contribute to global warming, making wildfires constantly reoccurring. Other reasons why wildfires have become such a wicked problem are how unpredictable they are and how they affect each ecosystem differently and the many stakeholders involved. This is why this problem is not just simply solved by continually putting out wildfires.
So, what has led to this wicked problem? There are a few major actions that have resulted in devastating wildfires. This includes the expansion of semi-arid and desert regions. This issue has happened due to deforestation, which is a human-caused action. Also, human-caused climate change has resulted in the imbalance of the biogeochemical cycles, which causes nature to stop running its course and creates more dramatic and persistent wildfires. The deforestation caused by humans has also caused larger wildlife to only have smaller patches of land to graze and roam. So these wild animals are also encouraging more frequent wildfires by adding on to more destroyed land. The combination of all of these things has led to this wicked problem. Although naturally occurring wildfires do happen, they are getting progressively devastating and commonly caused by human carelessness and human destruction throughout the last few decades.
The effects and impacts of wildfires can be detrimental and long-lasting. Primarily, we see these effects in the surrounding ecosystem in things like the loss of ecosystem resilience, habitat loss, a lack of biodiversity in the affected areas, and poor air quality. Wildfires also impact our society and economy due to property destruction, human displacement, insurance claims and other costs to infrastructure, and the loss of public parklands. Clearly, these impacts reach a number of stakeholders, or people who have a vested interest in the problem. Some major stakeholders include the U.S. Forest Service, which is responsible for coordinating responses to wildfires, development and planning departments, and homeowners in wildfire-prone areas. Almost every person living in North America could be considered a stakeholder because so many widespread ecological and economic problems result from wildfires in this region of the world. Now that we know who is involved, we can get into why this wicked problem is occurring.
Moving along to drivers, which, as Andrew mentioned, essentially answers the question, why is this problem occurring? The top three direct drivers that I want to touch on are climate change, forest mismanagement, and overpopulation. Climate change ultimately promotes the conditions under which wildfires thrive, therefore increasing their likelihood. As you can see from the figure on the right, rising temperatures, an effect of global warming, impacts snowmelts, and together, both hotter temperatures and less precipitation create prime conditions for fires to ignite and spread. For decades, forests have been a victim of fire suppression. The second figure on the right shows why this is so harmful. Forests depend on fire to naturally purge the earth of dead foliage. Without it, forests become overcrowded and dead trees act as kindling, again allowing fires to spread and burn longer. Finally, as our population continues to grow at a rapid pace, this forces wildland-urban interface expansion, meaning that human-made infrastructure is developed in areas highly prone to wildfires. This is problematic not only because it puts more lives at risk, but also because humans are often the cause of wildfires, so ignition is much more likely. Each of these key drivers and wildfires themselves have indirect drivers. As I mentioned earlier, climate change causes a drier climate, leading to drought. Wildfires emit harmful pollutants and greenhouse gases, which sticks us in a vicious cycle between climate change and wildfires. And overpopulation leads to deforestation and habitat loss, which only further impacts the severity of wildfires and disrupts nature's natural balance.
Indicators allow for the assessment of future fires by looking at the past and present fires, and these indicators include how many fires there are per year, the severity of these fires, the acreage of national forest that is burned during wildfires, the biodiversity of an area that is burned, whether there is a presence or lack thereof, and the human displacement due to wildfires. Where are people going to go when everything is destroyed? And in the graphic to the right, for the maintaining healthy forests, the one region shows how a lack of biodiversity increases the dryness of the soil, which increases the propensity for wildfires to begin and grow, rather than the highly biodiverse region, which has the high soil moisture, which would further dissipate any wildfires that would naturally occur. As for creating future changes, that we can increase the local resilience of infrastructure. We can diversify forests by which would increase their resilience to fires, increase their efficiency of ecosystem services, while also preserving water, including beyond forests, altering the landscapes, and increasing the retention of water in water tables and underground storage, and as well as building with non-flammable materials to increase infrastructure resilience to fires. Instead of wood, you can build with concrete and brick.
There are certain steps each of us can take to help mitigate the impacts of wildfires. For example, we can use native plants for landscaping, preserve water whenever possible, avoid using flames in the dry seasons, put out fires when finished, even the embers, and as always, education is key, so please share fire prevention methods with others.